the time slowed down, and then the paralyzations come on. And a lot of times, whenever those two things happen, that shows that the person's getting ready to have an out-of-body experience. So the last thing I remember, my heart and eyes went out at the same time. And I could hear the last beat. And when I heard that last boom, everything went black. And then about 15 to 22 seconds later, I popped awake, somewhere in space and in time. I knew that I was somewhere, but I didn't know where until I looked down and saw my dead body in the lake. I was about maybe 10 feet above my body. My spirit body came out. I woke up and looked down and saw myself and remembered that I had just drowned. I didn't know where I was, but I knew that I was somewhere. And when I saw myself, I knew that I had just died, yet I was still alive. Then, Hong, the scene changed, and I was I'll show you. I woke up in this room. So I woke up in the middle of this room, and I was in the middle floating inside the room. And the outside went this way, and the inside went the other way while I floated. And these were the three screens that showed me everything I ever did, thought, or said. And they played at the same time. So I was inside that round circle when I was floating in the air. And this 3 movie screens showed me everything I ever said, thought, or did. And it asked me 3 questions too. It asked me, what have I done to help myself? What have I done to help others? And have you always believed in me? That was God speaking. And he knew the answer was yes, I did. And he asked me about these things that had happened, but didn't condemn or say that I was bad. He just asked me, and we talked about it. And then once I said, yes, I believe in you, the scene changed. And I was on a beach. And I looked out into the sky, and I could see the sun coming up. Let's see. Yeah. 3 suns came up. So I saw the sun in the sky. And as it came across the sky to me, I rose up in the air with it until I was face to face with it, maybe about half the length of a soccer field. And it was in the air and I was in the air. And my hands were out like this. My hand was stretched out like this, almost like on a cross. And this round sun sphere came to me, and I was looking at it. And the rays from the sun sphere healed me in my health and in my mainly health and sickness, and it made me stronger. The orange rays made me stronger for the sun. And then without seeing it change, the red sun sphere the orange sun sphere became red. So the colors changed, yeah. And the red was, and this sun sphere was what I saw as God. And the red color was God's love forgiving me, and also showing how much he loved me and how valuable I was to him. And these red rays were ecstasy in the nirvana and bliss that the people talk about who go up to those higher levels. And it was pure happiness, pure love, and pure forgiveness. And so God forgives the person before they go up to heaven and meet him. And now I was still floating in the air, and the red rays were showing his love for me, also making me stronger and stronger too. And as it continued, I kept going upward and upward. The orange light, I was right here. The red light, I was right here. And I was ready to go, after the red light, ready to go into the white lights. And the scientists say only 1 in 10 go into the white lights, and only 1 in 4 remember the near death. So a lot of people have it, but they don't remember all of it. And some of it is illusion, where you think you see something, but you really don't. But if the person remains fully calm while it's happening, like Mr. Spock on Star Trek, if you stay really calm like that, you'll be able to see exactly the reality of what's happening. And in the near death, which is a spiritual out of body, the person is naturally calm and relaxed. And you don't talk, but you think inside your mind, and you can hear and talk to the others inside your mind. And you can fly and float naturally, just like you can in a dream. You don't even think about it. All you think about is, I want to go somewhere, and you're automatically there. Or you can see yourself flying through the air. So it's the kind of world where whatever you think happens. And that same thing happens in this world, but at a slower time, in case the person changes their mind, or a little kid gets mad at mommy or daddy and says, I hate you, I wish you were dead. And then he later, doesn't mean it. So we can get things in this world, but it takes longer. But in that invisible world, we can get things right away. So there's a lot of magical powers in that. But the person really, after they die, only wants to see God and only wants to be with God, because he is the one who actually created us. And so it's natural to want to go back to that which made you. And so the person wants to go up higher and higher. And the white lights, it was time for the white lights. And so the white lights pulled me up as I went with it. And so I was, like a tractor beam. I was being pulled up into it, and I wanted to go, and I did go. And the white lights was like being in a cloud on an airplane. Everything was white, and it was soft. It was super white, but it didn't hurt you. And the white lights super cleaned me and gave me a higher thinking, a higher intelligence. It made my consciousness fully open up, where I knew everything that you could want to know or that you could know. And the red and orange lights gives the person the cosmic consciousness, but the white light gives the person the universal consciousness, anywhere in time or space. And so the white lights cleaned me and refined me to a higher and higher level, physically and mentally and with the emotions. And so it was cleaning me off so I could be super clean, so I could see and meet and merge with God. That was the ultimate prize. And so those rays were both loving me and cleaning me off at the same time. So I went through the white lights, and again, the scene changed, and I woke up on the floor of a circle, inside a circle. And I could see some people walking around. And then there was as soon as I began to notice them, there was a godlike being right in front of me. And as soon as I looked at him, the circle started spinning around and around. And we were getting ready to mix together like an egg beater. And I tried to look into the eyes of God, but he put me to sleep. But then I looked up again twice, and then he put me to sleep fully. And then we kept mixing and mixing and mixing until finally I was back in the water. I woke up and I swam back up to the top and then crawled to the beach and kept rubbing the muck off my leg. I was in shock. But that was what happened with the near death, yeah. And then after being alive, then they go get to meet God one-on-one, just you and God. And so that's something else. And God comes to us, since it would take way too long for us. We could not get to God, but he can come right to us. And so he did keep his promise that no one really dies. They kind of just wake back up.
Yeah.
And if the person can have an out of body, they can see what it's like to be their higher real self. Because we're naturally physical and spiritual. We don't really use the invisible side as much as we should, but that's always with us. And it actually protects us and looks out for us. When we want to get something, all we have to do is tell our inside self that we want to get that thing. And when we go to sleep, it'll go out and go get that thing for us. And then we also have God that we can ask too. So we have ourselves, our higher self, and then God to do or be anything that we want in this world. He said that I could get into heaven. And when he was right in front of me as the sun sphere, I was shaking from happiness. And I knew that it was God who was right there in front of me. So I was so happy I was shaking. And I was scared because I did want to get into heaven. But as all he wants us to do, if we believe in him, that's the main thing that he cares about. He doesn't care about nothing else. Believe in him, then you're automatically in. So the person is rewarded for believing in God. And there's a God who controls things. He can control, how long our parents live, how long we live. He can bring us back to life from death.